Hello, dear students. Welcome back. This is language class. I'm Miss Tania Poveda. Remember that it's very important that you download the information in your computer so you can check it whenever you want, okay? So do it now. Anyway, you can check the link whenever you need on YouTube. So let's continue. Today we're going to practice some listening skills, but we're going to talk about how to manage time when you are studying. So actually, we're going to do two things at the same time because we're going to practice some listening skills and also to learn or to remember how to manage your time. So the name of this unit is Life Skills, and we start with managing study time. Are you ready? Well, before continuing, it's very important we understand this. Managing, it comes from the verbs manage. So you can use, for example, handle or drive. Okay, so in other words, it means how you manage or how you handle the time you use when you study. So are you the kind of a student that needs a lot of silence to study, for example, or you need music, or maybe you need to do it in the mornings or at nights? Because everybody has different styles. For example, in my case, when I study or when I work, I do it better alone in my house, and I need music sometimes. So it depends. Also, I do it at nights. I feel like I'm more productive when I work at nights. So what about you? How do you manage time? Do you think you are doing the right thing about your time? Are you using your time efficiently? Okay, let's see some information about that. Here we have a glossary, so 8 different words. Some of them are kind of obvious, and others you will have to listen to the video and complete. If you cannot identify the word in the video, maybe you can go to internet or go to a dictionary and look for the meaning, okay? So that's why I pasted this picture here, because you can see this little guy is looking for the information, maybe on a dictionary, to complete the spaces here. So you can use these definitions to find out the answers. Okay? So what do you think is a work you have to do as a part of your studies or job? And it starts with AS. What is a specific time or date by which you have to do something? And it starts with DE. What is something that gets your attention and prevents you from concentrating on something else? And it starts with DI. This is like hangman, like we played this morning. What is a teacher at a British university or college? And it starts with LE. What is to decide in what order you should do things based on how important or urgent they are? It starts with PR, to PR, and you complete. What word can refer to a plan or activities or events and when they will happen, or the act of planning them? The word starts with SC. What is a job, activity, or piece of work that you have to do? TA, what else? And 8, it's kind of obvious because it's really connected to the title of this unit. So what is planning when you do different activities so that you can use your time efficiently? Do you know all the answers? Well, this is going to be your homework. You're going to find this PPT presentation on your email, and you can complete it there. Okay, good luck. Well, let me introduce you. This is Sam in the middle, Vanessa on the right, Chris, Bia, and Diana. Okay, Diana is a teacher, and she's going to tell you something about the students. You are going to listen a conversation, watch and listen a video about them and with them, and then you will have to answer some questions. Are you ready for that video? Let's continue.
Hi, my name is Diana and I'm a university lecturer. I help students with their study skills. We set a time management quiz to some students. Let's see what they have to say.
I do not think that I did very well in the quiz because most of my answers were quite true or very true. And I could definitely use some advice on managing my free time and study time, because I have hobbies in music and writing and radio that I really value and enjoy more than or as much as I enjoy my studies.
Well, there are two things that you can do to manage your time better. First of all, try to prioritize your tasks. In other words, try to see which tasks are more important and do those first. Second, you should have a timetable. In other words, try to look at for how long each task is going to take you, and also how long do you have during the week to give to this task. So you will have time for everything, both for your studies and for your leisure.
I did very well on the time management quiz. However, I would like to know more about study buddies and if they do help us.
Oh yes, study buddies are really beneficial. They help you focus on the materials that you have to study. They help you understand the difficult concepts, and most importantly, they'll help you in understanding your position, or rather, what is it that you think. So go for it.
I think I did pretty well in the test. All of my answers were sort of not true or only a bit true. I tend to hand in my work early, if anything, and to a standard that I'm really happy with. But I think that probably means that I spend too much time working. So maybe help for me would be how to schedule my time in a more balanced way.
Well, handing in your work early is not necessarily a problem. However, this shows that maybe you have some issues with your time management. Now, two things that you can do. Again, prioritize your work. So make sure that you know how long it takes for you to do any of the tasks at hand. And secondly, set yourself a timer, or rather, a particular amount of time that you want to spend on each task. In this way, you will have time for leisure.
I don't think I did too well on the test, and something that I've always really wanted to know is if there are any tools or resources to help me with my time management.
Well, there are many tools and resources that you can use, but the first person you should talk to is your teacher. They are the ones who certainly know better than anyone else how to help you and how to be successful in your studies. There are of course websites and books that you can look into the library. However, if you're looking for a tip, well, here is one. Invest some money into buying a timer, or just use your mobile phone really, and set yourself half an hour working time and 5 minutes breaks. You will see that in this time you're going to achieve much more and you're going to have time for everything in your life. Well, I hope you found these tips useful. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, I hope that you liked the video. Actually, it's really interesting, the information, because actually it comes from young people like you. So Sam, Vanessa, Bia, and Chris are students, probably in their early 20s or in their teens, 17, 18. So they're just people like you trying to find some time to manage their studies. Okay? So now tell me, who asked what type of support they can look for? Sam, Vanessa, Bia, or Chris? Who needs help balancing their free time with studying? Who asks about help for other people? And who wants to include more free time in their schedule? Do you have the answers? Okay, this is going to be in your homework too, so pay attention to the videos. You can repeat this video whenever you want anyway. Okay, I like this because probably this is a new word for a few of you, which is paraphrasing. Let me use this one better. Okay, paraphrasing, it's right here. So one of the skills that we're going to, or that we already heard in the video, it's about paraphrasing. In this case, recognizing paraphrasing. When people paraphrase things, they say them in different words to make things clear. These expressions introduce paraphrasing. So it's saying the same with other words. Why do you paraphrase? To explain something. So you say it in two different ways so the listener, the person you are talking to, will understand. And everybody will be happy because we'll receive the message clearly. So how do you paraphrase, or how do you start paraphrasing? With these expressions. In other words, which means, or rather, basically, so. Okay? So, for example, paraphrasing is when you say things in different words to make things clear, which means you repeat the information in a different way. For example, so I'm telling you exactly the same with other words. Okay? So these are some clues when you want to explain something. Okay, it says, read the video skills box, the one we already did, then watch again and complete Diana's advice. The first thing she suggests Sam does is, and you complete. The second thing, and you complete. The most important, and you have to do pretty much the same until 7. So if you go here to this TV, if you press to this TV on the PPT presentation, you can go back to the video and watch it again. I'm not going to do it because of time, because then the video is going to be longer. But if you need to watch the video of Diana's again, you can go here. Let me show you. So you press here and you go back to the video. Here we are. And that's why I introduced this sign here, go to slide 10, because when you finish watching the video, instead of going to all the slides, you go directly to the next one. Okay, so let's suppose we start watching. And then it finish. And you just go to slide 10. Easy, right? Okay. how to manage your time. Now, after watching the interview or the presentation of how these students manage time, we're going to watch some tips how to manage your time while studying. Well, before you watch this video, pay special attention because you are going to have a homework with a video explaining how you manage your time. That video you are going to make is going to last between 20 and 30 seconds. So make sure that you understand everything and you can take the same ideas, or if you have better ideas, they are welcome. So let's continue.
Do you wish you could study more effectively? In this video, we're going to... Hi, Mum. Yes, just filming a video. Yeah, can I call you in an hour? Okay. Yeah, sorry. Bye. Where were we? Yes, studying effectively. Dealing with the distractions is just one thing we need to do. Yes. If you want to study well, you need to manage your time. How to do that? First, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. What your commitments are, what your study goals are, and how you work best. Let's start with the easy one. What are your commitments outside study? What about work? Family events? Childcare? Or travel? Write down when these are and how long they take. You can do this for the whole year or a shorter period. Now you know how much time is left for studying, but is it enough? That depends on your goals, which is point 2. Do you want to pass the course or get a specific grade? How much will you need to do in order to achieve that? Take a good look at the syllabus, exam and assignment timetables, and old exam papers to find out how much you need to do. Sometimes you need to look at short-term goals, for example, this week, today, and in the next hour. Take a good look at your commitments. You might need to change some if you don't have enough time. Which brings us to question 3. How do you work best? In the morning? At night? And where? In a library? At home? With music? In silence? With lots of coffee? Or lots of chocolate? Psst. Try to do your most difficult tasks when your concentration is strongest. With all this information, you can make the perfect master plan that suits you. But there's a problem. Distractions. Sorry, Mum. Maybe time to switch off your phone. And the difficult one, procrastination. Why is it that whenever you have a task, everything else appears more interesting? Maybe you need to take a desperate measure. Switch off your internet connection. And if you need the internet for research, you can load pages you need before turning it off. And if you still find it hard, try working in short bursts. For example, 40 minutes at a time. You can also do a deal with yourself. How about, I can eat this lovely chocolate, but only after I finish reading this paper. Hopefully, by now, everything's going great. Now remember, even if you make the best plan in the universe, you still need to be flexible. And try to enjoy your study. Hi, Mum. Yeah, just finished filming now, actually. Oh, hang on. Let me switch off the camera.
Okay. Now tell me, how you do it? How do you manage your time to study? Are you good at it or you need some help? Well, that's it for today. Talking about time and managing, it's really important, especially now that you have to do it by yourself. We are not at the school listening to the bell, knowing that every 40 minutes you have to switch from one room to the other, or teachers, we have to switch from one room to the other. So it's really important we learn how to do it. And that's why I told you you're going to have a homework explaining how you do it, or giving tips how to do it better, because I'm sure that we're going to learn a lot from you too. So thank you very much for your attention. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, study hard, manage your time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.